Hi, welcome to my next video. This time I wanted to show you how I made a book cover with watercolors. This is a cover for the paperback edition of the book called Enoshima Nekomori Shokudo, and this book is released only in Japan for now from what I know, but in English it would be probably something like A Diner Which Protects Cats in Enoshima, which is the theme of the book. I guess you have to read it to really understand the meaning of the title. But the main thing is that the author of the book and the publisher really liked my works, my watercolor art, so they wanted to commission me to do this cover. And because I live really close to Enoshima, where the action of the book takes place, I was able to actually go there, do some photos, do some location hunting, and then paint the cover based on what I actually saw. The first step was to do some rough sketches, all featuring the diner that's in the title of the book, the main theme of the book. I did them all digitally in Procreate and then sent them all to the publisher. You could see them in the beginning of the video. The one marked C got picked and I just had to add some cuts to it, so after adding some cuts in digital in Procreate, I printed it out and traced it with a pencil onto the watercolor paper that I will be coloring later. I'm using here my usual set of Mitsu-bishi Hi-Uni pencils that I really like. I'm using here pencils probably from F to like 5B. Just to make the picture more dimensional, I'm using thinner, lighter lines for things that are far and more thicker, stronger lines with softer pencils for things that are in front. But because this cover picture is for a paperback and they have a standard size of paperbacks in Japan, which is really small actually, I had to kind of stop myself not to put too many details because the picture would be really small on the cover either way. Okay, so when the lines were finished, I scanned them once and then transferred the file to Photoshop to clean it up. I wanted a nice clean file with lines on white background so I can use it later, and also I transferred the file to my iPad Pro so I can color the lines really roughly in Procreate. I just wanted to send a color rough to the publisher so they can see it and they can talk about it with the designer of the cover and with the author of the book, to see if everything is okay with the illustration and if it matches the image that the author of the book has in mind. Only after I got the go ahead, after I submitted the color rough, I started to paint with the watercolors. I'm using here my usual Schmincke set of Horadam watercolors, the professional grade watercolors, and the synthetic fiber Raphael soft aqua brushes. Currently I'm trying to focus on my own work, on my own illustrations and comics, and because of your support and your support on Patreon also, I can choose some of the commissions that actually interest me. And this one was nice because not only the author and the publisher wanted my own work and my own style, but also the theme was really interesting for me because I live close to Enoshima and wanted to paint it. I wanted to paint the old buildings and I wanted to recreate this kind of unique atmosphere that it has, not only from the touristic side but also because how it looks, how it feels when you are there. And also the publisher was really happy for me to do a video on the process of how I make the illustration to show it to you guys and show everything what goes into making a cover like this. Okay, so at this stage I'm pretty much coloring more than painting because I already have the color rough that I did in Procreate, so I have to just follow it as close as I can with watercolors. This is really nice because I can focus on using only the paint. I don't have to think about the colors, about the theme, about the shadows. I just want to recreate the rough. So usually I just put on a nice podcast or a nice audiobook and I kind of forget myself in the work that I'm doing. Of course, as usual with watercolors, I try to progress from the light areas to the dark ones. So for example, here the dark leaves on the first plane are one of the last things I painted in this picture. Okay, so here is how the finished picture looks like, and I will post the picture also on my blog so you can see it in better details. This is how the picture looks small, more or less like how it will look like on the cover, and I also got recently a test print of the cover just to see if the colors look alright after printing and after coating with the glossy finish. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. As always, feel free to comment, share and subscribe, and you can also support me on Patreon. Your support there is what allows me to choose the commissions that I do and to concentrate on my own work. Okay, that's it. See you in the next video. Bye.